Do you know where you should be standing when you're at the net in doubles? I see so many players that are not clear about this very simple and fixable positioning error. So in this lesson, I begin to cover positioning when you're at the net. Okay, so we're going to talk about positioning in the front court. Okay, and it starts with where do you position yourself when you're at the net? And so I've created this way of explaining the front area of the court that I think has made sense to people. So we're going to start out by breaking the box in half.
Okay.
And then we're going to break it in half again. Where the lines intercept, we'll call neutral. Now notice that when I broke the box in half or broke the area in half, I excluded the alley.
So you're saying only in this area here?
Correct. So we're excluding the alley first on the where we break the court, right? So some people break the court in half, including that alley. So they'll stand a little bit closer to the alley. But if the problem with that is if your partner's standing in the other alley, same in the area on the other side, close to the alley, we leave a huge gap in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when we break the box in half and we're starting at neutral, if you're ever lost on the tennis court, go to neutral. Now we're going to draw a circle around neutral, big circle, or not such a big circle. It's about a 6-foot diameter circle, and you should be inside the circle anytime you're at the net. Now it's not a huge circle. And people tend to overcomplicate when they're at the net. You know, they stand in places where they shouldn't be standing.
Cover the whole.
Yeah,
the whole
I mean,
side.
it's really when your opponent is hitting the ball, you should be somewhere in the circle. If you're outside the circle, bad things are happening. If you're up there, you're going to get lobbed. If you're over here, you're leaving your whole half of the court open. If you're back here, it's too easy for your opponent to hit the ball down at your feet.
Sure.
And then if you're over here, you've committed the cardinal sin of the Gigi method, which is you've covered the alley. And
so you're saying leave all of this space open?
Leave all that space
the
open. That's not that much space. You know, it's actually a minute space and a very, very difficult shot to hit into. And actually, we're gonna demonstrate that how difficult it actually is to hit that ball in the alley. And you know what you'll see is that it's a really difficult shot to hit for any amateur player and even for pros. And, you know, the only time that I really went down the line when I was playing doubles was if the ball was just, I would call it a dead ball. The ball was just kind of sitting there. I had all the time in the world to line up and hit it down the line.
You want,
yeah, otherwise it was going cross-court or through the middle. I think I spent 98% of my time practicing cross-court and through the middle, and that's what players should do, right? Cross-court through the middle.
Yep.
So covering this down-the-line shot is, it's really a cardinal sin. And furthermore, if you want to cover it, you can come here and still cover it because you're one step away from getting that ball.
Yep.
What you don't want is to have your whole body in here outside the circle because then you're leaving, you know, 7/8 of the court, 80% of the court for your partner to cover.
Partner's going to have to do a lot of work.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of partner you are, but I don't want a partner that gives me 80% of the court to cover, right? So, so we're going to remember to stay in the circle, and also remember if you really understand where you're standing on the doubles court and you have two people at the net should not get past because the singles court is 27 feet wide, right? Very easy to hit winners on the singles court. You can hit one ball here, one ball there. Eventually, you're going to have a winner. In doubles, there's two people covering now 36 feet because the alleys are only 4.5 feet wide.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're not that big, but so we added 9 feet to the court, but we added another person. So now if I'm standing here and you're standing, you know, in your same box, 7 feet in either direction covers the entire court.
Okay.
7 feet here, 7 feet there, 7 feet, and then yourself, right? So really, I want you all to understand what shot is likely to come so that we stop getting passed through the middle. And it starts with forgetting about your alley.
Leave these alone.
We're going to leave that alone for now.
Okay.
There will be some exceptions that we'll get into, but by and large, the person that is standing here, their main responsibility is to intimidate that person at the baseline. They're trying to put pressure on them. They're moving. They're not just standing here covering the alley. That's not what correct, inside the circle. But effective doubles players don't stand in the alley. They are always pressuring their opponent by, you know, sort of encroaching to the middle. So that's the beginning of positioning, and we'll have a lot more to cover.
All right.